Good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. It's Saturday evening, and we do have the program called My Point of View, and we have a number of stories whereupon to actually share with you. And these stories are up for you to actually make your reactions known. And these stories are, headlines, and also those are stories of the week. My name is Chaza to host it right here, and on the panel tonight we do have Mr. Mukelawai to help us get to react to the stories that we do have, and most probably we may be joined by Himba and others that are part of this program time and again. Mr. Mukelawai, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Chaza, and good evening, viewers. It's good to be back again with our program.
Definitely, it's good to be here and good to have you right here. Without much ado, I would invite those of you that would like, to participate on the program. You can click on the link that we're yet to share in the comment section. And those of you that would like to react to the stories and probably just make it known to us where you are following from, you can do that right in the comment section, and it will be our pleasure to actually take note that you are there listening or following the program. Let's take a view of the first story, and we're coming back on the other side.
Our preliminary investigations so far have revealed that Mr. Zulu is married to 2 wives and maintains 2 separate homes within Chauma compound, and on that material day he had actually gone to the home of the second wife. Later in that evening he went to the wife of the house of the first wife around 19 hours, that is on the 28th of April 2024. Miss Grace Zulu is now supposed to be now the suspect, was not found at home, and Mr. Zulu only found the 3 children unattended to in the home, and despite him waiting for the wife only arrived in the early hours of 29th of April, reportedly in a drunken state. An altercation between Mr. and Mrs. Zulu ensued, which tragically escalated when Mrs. Zulu allegedly stabbed the husband with a knife, inflicting a deep wound in his stomach. Mr. Zulu was promptly provided medical attention and rushed to the University Teaching Hospital, where he is currently admitted.
Right on, there we have it. Domestic related conflicts there. And, I really don't know. Mr. Mkilawai, let me invite you to be the first, to react to the story.
Now, 40, now this week in Nkania violent, in domestic violence, it's quite sad development, though, that couples have resorted to violence instead of, if things are not working together, just pack your bags and leave, or tell your other person, especially the one cheating, to pack their bags and leave instead of living in a very abusive relationship where you become physical. That's not okay. It's not healthy. You end up killing each other, stabbing. And I don't understand why. I know that women, they are mostly women are on the weaker side, where when a man is violently inflicting pain on them, they will always resort to self-defense. And when any adult person whose life is in danger or who is being inflicted or with pain will always try to find ways of avoiding the pain. And by so doing, people resort to do certain things. And I was not there. We were not there. We don't know what was happening, but definitely for a woman to go and in the kitchen and get herself a knife, it means that she was trying to protect herself from maybe this battering husband. So definitely such a thing could have happened, but we don't know the facts on the ground. But I think it is time people stopped reacting vigorously onto their partners violently. You cannot resolve a problem by creating another problem. Have a discussion, talk. Why are couples these days failing to talk? Why are couples these days failing to communicate? This is mind-boggling me. I don't understand. We always resort to violence. We always resort to creating more problems, trying to teach the other person a lesson. Yet you yourself are you are not exonerating yourself from that problem. You are actually digging a grave for yourself. So I think couples should learn to talk, and also it's not the end of the day. It's not a must that if somebody has done something negative to your marriage, then you have to stick to each other for life. No, there are alternatives. There's plan B. To every situation, there's always an alternative. You can move on. You can even go on separation. It is legal. It is allowed. If your partner is not faithful, is being promiscuous, please, and you know and you have evidence, why do you want to resort and even asking questions that are so irrelevant when you know the facts? Why have you done this? How do you expect him to respond if he is caught red-handed? And then you go and resort to violence, you go get a gun or a knife? That's not okay. Now you are creating more problems to yourself, even when you are supposed to be now a free molecule. That husband you stabbed will get better. Do you think he'll come back and be with you forever? You have just cut yourself out of the relationship. And now you are going with a tag on your back or on your forehead. This is a woman that stabs husband. So no man will ever come next to you, or no woman will come to you if you are a violent person. So men out there, refrain from resolving marital disputes through violence, beating, physical violence, or even mental abuse. Refrain from that. And if you don't, they will kill you. Women will kill you. Women will kill us because they know the weakest point. Parapene mulele, when you are sleeping, they'll come and choke you. Or they can even put poison in your food. See how vulnerable we are. So what you do is try to find ways of resolving marital disputes. When you sit down on around the table, discuss matters mutually and maturely, not resorting to import or flying pots and pans in the house. No, use them for cooking, cutting knives, using knives for your husband or your wives. Use that for your kitchen, not your husband. Please refrain. Otherwise, it's a very bad syndrome that is taking place in Zambia. And people are dying. And you guys and you think you are immune, that it will never happen to you. And you keep on slapping or abusing your wife or abusing your husband. It will soon happen to you. So just be mindful how to resolve. If you love your life so well, stay away from violence. Learn to sit and talk. If you are not happy with your marriage, you are not in prison. Just pack your bags and walk away. Simple. Yes, it's going to be painful, but it's better than going to prison for killing your significant other. That's my take. And please utilize the Christian values, the principle. You are running away. Zambians, we claim to be Christians, but we are running away from God. Why do we resort to violence when we are so 100% proclaiming the word of God? Every day we use God, 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 God. But yet in our own homes, we are busy beating our loved ones. Why do you do that? You are busy cheating on your loved ones. Why do you do that? If you're not happy with whatever she's doing, walk away. Release her. Simple. That's my take.
All right, Mr. Mkelawai, thank you so much. We do appreciate, and I think I can't make it better than you have done. Indeed, if you cannot stay in this relationship, it's better, you walk away and leave your spouse alone, as it were, instead of, harming them, because we really don't even know how deep that knife went, the impact, and so on and so forth. And, we really don't know the status of the person that was stabbed. So violence is not supposed to be tolerated in these relationships. These relationships are supposed to be, avenues for union, for happiness, and so on, and procreation, as it were.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, just to add on, I think kule moneka kwati abanakashi these days, they are on the receiving end and they are now retaliating and reacting. I would suggest that kaviye nikuma gym kuchiseko train utuma self-defense tactics. Instead of using weapons, use your hands. Lozi women, they are very, very well trained. There is what we call kangoto. You know kangoto? That's why most men don't play around with those women. When you want to beat a woman and she's lousy, who knows her rights, and once she gets onto your neck and choke you, put you in a choking, I tell you, those women are not playing. They can actually make you shit your pants. So it is important that women should also learn to go for training, self-defense. Defend yourselves, Mandin. I know that it's not okay to advise you to go and beat or fight. No, but sometimes when your life is in danger, instead of you using a weapon, guns, knives, and that, no. You don't need those things. Already not kwataba mayoba na Shikapwash, General Shikapwash, who is in prison now over the same violent, gun-related, shot the husband. We have just last few months ago, we had that lousy man and the lady that killed each other. He killed their wife and he took poison. And now we are talking about the Mazur, who is now been stabbed because he's been having 2 wives. So now have a marriage, polygamous marriage, you have to legalize it. It's not that you, just because you're a man, then you can go and bring another woman. No, there's a rule. Ask the traditional leaders, they will tell you that when you are married in is it a polygamous marriage, or you want to marry a polygamous, you have to get permission from your first wife. And if she allows it, if she says yes, then that's when you can go ahead. But if she says no, then you are not at liberty to go and marry anyways. You have to either divorce her for you to go ahead and marry another woman. So that's how you do things, not just mumutwe. No, don't do things in your own ways. Otherwise, they'll kill us. They'll finish us. So be careful. But ladies, go for self-defense classes. I promise you, no man is gonna dare with you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mkelawai. There is Mr. Mkelawai saying forewarned is forearmed, and for you to be forearmed, you need to take up some sort of skill to defend yourself, but not to kill the other. Let's take a look at the next story, and we're coming back on the other side.
Mufumbwe district came to a standstill as thousands stand up to listen to President Hakainde Hichilema during a public rally at Jairus Fumpa School ground. It is clear President Hichilema is loved here.
We love you.
He recalled how the people of Mufumbwe stood strong with him during the difficult years in the opposition.
With all the trouble that was brought on to us by those who were in the ruling party, with all the brutality, here is where almost Kakoma Charles was killed, almost killed. Here is where Watson Lumba was almost killed. Here is where I got arrested and detained for 1 week here in Mufumbwe. First time to be detained in this country, I was detained here in Mufumbwe during one of the by-elections.
The president knows what the people of Mufumbwe were itching to hear.
Worked hard to reopen mines, Mopani mines, KCM. We're working on Kasenseri, and I'm here to confirm to you, my eyes are on Kalengwa, and we shall open Kalengwa mine. I have heard the message. When we were in opposition, I promised you something. I'm here to confirm that Northwestern Province will have a university here.
Some cabinet ministers and party officials also spoke during the rally.
And wherever we've been going, sir, the love that we are seeing, these people expressing to you is unbelievable. Karemba mine in particular can create more than 5,000 jobs and increase the national target leverage on global production and contribute to the gross domestic product. Yesterday, in 7 provinces, we had elections and the UPNG party cooked all the by-elections. We are so delighted as people of Northwestern Province.
And some beneficiaries of the UPND policies were happy to express their gratitude to the president and his government.
We would like to thank your incredible government for the introduction of free education. Its results are tremendous as it has made us poor children vulnerable to have another chance of coming back to school.
We are a total of 110 in Mufumbwe that was deployed from the past recruitment. We stand ready to serve our district.
Joy.
There we have it, jubilation to see the president visit that place, and appears that place, comes with a lot of memories there, and promises were, made by, the president, that they will bring up this and that, as it were. Mr. Mkelawai, your reaction.
Well, my contribution to that is that despite the economical hardships that we are going through, that is taking place in Zambia, at least people are able to feel the freedom. People are able to see the seriousness of this government, especially under the leadership of this gentleman, WHH, that he has been called so many names. Today he's been called a liar, even when his tenure of office has not even come to an end. I don't understand why people would say, you lie. You started calling him liar when he was barely 3 months in office, before he could even start implementing the free education policy. He was called a liar. No, you promised free education. You promised to employ civil servants. And then within a year, the free education policy was implemented. Within the same year, we saw a number of civil servants. The number of teachers, nurses, health workers were employed. But then what do we hear? Again, people go back to him. No, it's a program. These are not employments. This is what I don't understand the opposition sometimes, how they think, how they perceive themselves. He is busy annihilating their legacy, especially the former Patriotic Front, which is also no more. Just Miles Sampa remaining as the president. As for Volungu, unfortunately, the man has lost direction. The man ought to have simply sat in his retirement, enjoy and provide counsel to his party and support Tasila Lungu to either take over the PF government, if at all he really wanted to get back into politics. He ought to have done that. But typical African parent, they want to leave the dancing floor when they cannot move their legs any longer. You see, what HH is trying to show us, is trying to show the results, the seriousness, the commitment, and we can tell by the attributes of him, of the economy that has now improved in terms of numbers. Of course, it has to trickle down to the consumers down there, the people that needs to also start enjoying the dividends. But I know it takes time. Development comes so slowly, especially when you have a debt of over 30 billion US dollars that you owe. Then you have no choice but to dance to the tune of the owners of the money. When they tell you to jump, you jump. How high? You don't even have to ask how high. And then he comes up with this debt restructuring, which the PF have been trying, and then he succeeded. We see that there's a little bit of, it's not everything that has been restructured, but there's a little bit of a breathing space. But at the same time, we have to forge ahead, and nature comes and gives us a strike. And where would we get the money? When we talk about nature, I'm talking about drought. We have no more water in the Kariba Dam that's supposed to give us electricity. So these are challenges that, had we had that 30 billion kwacha that Volungu and his minions used for their own personal gains, I promise you, we would have found a way of mitigating the drought issue and the load shedding issue. But we are very rest assured, we can see that this government is really committed. We see their efforts, and the Northwestern people, they know the truth. They know what they went through. They know how they suffered. They know how development was not considered during the two-region party that we kicked out of office. So people in Northwestern province or Western province or all over the country I think they are so impressed. They are so happy. We are a lucky country that we have this government that has a heart for the Zambian people. And I'm very positive that when he talked about building a university, he will definitely, it will come to pass. Probably he may even use his own money. And when he talks about opening the mine, I'm very rest assured that he has already demonstrated with these mines that had a lot of caveats on, and today all those caveats have been revoked, removed. By who? By the same gentleman that people laughed at. People still call him names. For what reasons? We have no idea. But he is just busy proving them wrong. He is proving them wrong. He is proving us also that supported him. He's making us to really like him more because he's walking the talk. He is walking the talk. We understand this difficult circumstances that he found this economy in. So Zambians should actually be patting themselves on their shoulders, on their back, that they made the right decision. They did not vote for HH as a result of a sympathy vote. They voted for him because they knew that he was going to deliver. Unlike the gentleman that came as a result of Insamboliamfwa, and he was given a sympathy vote. Look at where the sympathy vote has taken us. Look at where this sympathy vote we gave Edgar Changwalungu, where it has now landed us. We are in this mess. We are in this hardship because of ECL together with his administration. So seeing them bashing the current government, they're just trying to make it difficult for him to perform. But what I like about this gentleman is that he is not paying any attention to that. He is just busy concentrating with his men, with his superintendent, lieutenants. They are busy, focused on bringing development. We have free education now. We have mines that are open and operational. Very soon, Zambia will start getting or enjoying the dividends. The issue to do with milling price, will be the thing of the past, because we have seen what he has how he has demonstrated to mitigate this challenge. It will come down. All these prices that we see will come down one day, and we just hope that it happens as quickly as possible, so that our people may also be feeling the impact of the economic emancipation from debt dependency to at least breathing debt under the restructuring that they have made. Otherwise, kudos to OHH and congratulations for winning all the by-elections that took place. We need to congratulate the government, Ushta Shamana Wakwa Lucifer, or Mana Wandosh. But we need to just accept the fact that we thank them. Yes, you can call us praise singers, but we praise where we see, and we will forever praise them. But if they do the wrong stuff, the very praise singers, me in particular, will be here and tell the government the truth right into their eyes and tell them, wrong, we will either vote you out. But for now, there's no need, because they are walking the talk. So that's my take. Otherwise, that is what I can say for now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mukelabai. There we have it. We do have, reactions from Mr. Mukelabai. Just in case you'd like to make known your reactions, you can join us on the program by actually leaving us a comment right in the comment section, and tell us what you think or what your reaction is as regards any of the stories that we actually present to you right here Remember, this is my point of view, and your view matters on this program. Let's go to the next story and coming back on the other side.
From the first inspection that was done last year on the Kabompo-Kayombo Road by the area Member of Parliament for Kabompo constituency Ambrose Lufuma, the works seemed promising. However, the story looks different as the works still remain static and abandoned by the Wankong construction company. Mr. Lufuma, who inspected the project again this time, was disappointed and expressed displeasure on the slow pace.
Obviously, I'm not happy. I've been here several times. This is, I think, the third or fourth time I've been on site. And all these times I've been here, there has been no progress. And you are responsible on behalf of the government to see that this thing is done.
Yes.
So where is the contract and what is happening? Because people are asking. You started a long time ago, and what you have done is only 5 kilometers. So people are asking, when are you doing this road?
The lawmaker, who is also the defense minister, sounded a strong warning to the construction company and threatened of cancellation of the contract if the abandonment on the project continues. Meanwhile, resident engineer Raviraj Pant, who is also the team leader and the government consultant, assured of the completion of the construction works by the end of December 2024.
Remaining whole section will be completed in the phase 1, in the 24 December 2024. 15 December 2024. Within this month, within this period, if cannot complete, they have a rights to the 3 month extra also. But in that time, we will penalize to the contractors and execute the work.
If this road will be failed, first person who has failed this task is Wankong, because the contract was won by Wankong. So Wankong has to be put to task. One of these days, if things will not happen, when the defense minister comes here, or even when he's not here, we are going to put Wankong to task.
The road is being upgraded to gravel standards. Mike Mtondo Ovuya, ZNBC News in Kabompo District.
It is very unfortunate that most of the projects are not seen to be progressing at an expected speed. I was on the Ndola Kawe Road, or rather Ndola Lusaka Road. It looks like there isn't much that is being done, and even from the clip that we have seen, even some other parts of the country, some projects are not progressing very well. Mr. Mkilawa, your reaction to this?
Thank you so much. This is what I've told you in my reaction earlier, that it is not going to be an easy task. These projects, they require money. But if money is tightened up in people's banks or properties, or it's somewhere, how are we going to finish up? Where is the government going to find the money? But on the other thing is that these projects, those people that won contracts, they have an obligation. They have some contractual obligation that they're supposed to finish. And in those contractual obligations, there was a period, because there's no way a contract, that the road contract was just indefinite, that it will go forever. Because I can tell that those projects started in way back before this government came into power. And a lot of money were paid already to the contractors. So those contractors, again, those are the challenges that this current government is facing, because they are contractors that meant well, that provided the services. But we still have, within the same cliques, we have contractors that do not, that have bad intentions, that have just used our money. They've gotten the money and forgotten about the projects. They've gone in hibernation. They had no intentions to even finish the project. All they wanted was just to get the money. On their accounts were fattened, and then what happens? They have gone. So we need to find a way, and we need to have insurance that, excuse me, excuse me, I got a little bit choked there.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, they need to put certain conditions in those contractual obligations that if the contractor fails to complete as within the period stipulated, then they can forfeit whatever monies that they're still owed to, and they have the right. The government has the right to engage other serious contractors. See, this is the challenge that our government have. You know, they want things to move. Unfortunately, on the other side, we have people that don't mean well. When we say PF really meant to destroy our country, because they did not even care who they brought on board to construct what. Look at those projects. That company, is it a well-known company? Who is entitled? Who is the? Who are these people? Where are they from? Do they have any track record that we, how much money was paid to them? There are those issues that we need to look at. Are those professional entities? Why has it taken them all these years just to finish the gravel road? This time is no longer rain season. This is the time they're supposed to come back, because we know that when it's rain season, these contractors, the road contractors, they have challenges with the mud and everything. Yes, but when it comes to now, it's getting, it's winter and it's no rains. So we expect the works to commence and be completed within the shortest period of time. But what is happening is a really sad development, and I think we should go flat out in the whole country and question Bomirupi, our minister, over these projects that are suspended. Why are they suspended? What is the problem? What is, despite the money issue, why are the contractors not on the sites to do their jobs? We know there's this issue to do with the Ndola Dual Carriageway. What has happened to it? What is happening? We spoke about it a year ago or 2 years ago. We've been talking about it. Monies where there's this PPP arrangement. So what's happening? Are they also having financial difficulties? Do they also have debt restructuring? Because those are private institutions that are supposed to carry out the job, But why all of a sudden it's quiet? Unless we are not moving around the country to see if the work is being done, because we want to see. This is where we urge the opposition. The opposition, Avena Binwell, Kavie ni, Poma sites, not just Pakanwa Viva Voce, Kavie ni, Avena Munia, all those, Avena Minduile, all those group, go on the site, challenge this government. These are issues that you're supposed to challenge government. Not don't say to my podcast, Bamwamba. To my podcast, you don't say, no, we're asking about the history. What are you doing? Go in flat out in the nation. Look at the monies that were spent. Go get your camera. You are allowed to take video on projects that are dormant, that are not doing anything, and question. And people will rise. That's proper checks and balance that we want. But instead, now comfortably, you are enjoying Utuma podcast. talking to people that are not going to bring any development, just going back to history, talking about their biography. Go out there, challenge this government. Challenge this government with the way things are done. What is holding this project? Is it money? If it's money, the good thing about this government is that they respond to any query, you know, and they are very honest. They are telling you why. Indalama takuri or indalama okushiri, money has been distributed, but ama contractors, they are now playing now tuma games, tuma monkey tricks. So these are issues that we need to engage the government, we need to engage the contractors, we need to engage people. This is our country we are talking about. When you do that, do like what this gentleman, what's his name? Kumwenda. Unfortunately, Kumwenda should just change his voice, his volume. Just too much. He may talk sense, but so irritating. What he talks about is not, we don't even understand. Maybe it's just the voice. But he can use other people like, you know, like ulia chile chimurumendo chakwata voice yikalamba mu former PF chilaba ikete ba corruption commission. Use such people with the voice that is command, with energy, you know, not the no to me what ni mushala. They should he should speak up. But I like his approach where he said where the feet shall take us there. Let him go and investigate and film and publish. I mean, all these guys who are busy on social media, stop to my insult. See, Shansha, go challenge this government. You have technology at your disposal, at your advantage. Challenge this government, whatever they are doing. If they are not performing, we talked about medicine in hospitals. Do we have medicine in hospitals now? We talked about load shedding. How many hours is there? Talk about, these are things, not ubufi, it's shinka, you know, and listen to them. Engage the government. The government, once you engage them, they will also be compelled because they are legally obliged to respond to challenges that we are facing in the country. Let's engage them. Give them questions. Ba PF, ba UKWA. Huh? We want to see Edgar Changwa Lungu on social media, not on social media, on radio programs or TV programs. Let him answer questions, not to kufisama. 24 million yaisashani, yasangoshani kuli miringo. What did you do? What was all those questions we have to ask. Ba Edgar Lungu na ba Esther Kabieni, Road which they investigate. Since you are back in politics, this is what we need to see from you. Unlike attacking an individual that has done nothing but just to busy fixing your mess. So challenge this government. Let us challenge this government with facts. Let us challenge this government with honesty. You know, people have these problems. What are you doing about it? You are busy building up figures so that mukwate tuma likes pama Facebook. No wunga ni 200 ni 500. Kwisa. Is this the official price from the government? Or you are just, you know, bambi mwayashita 25 kg. Mwaeba abantu kabieni kashitenu tuma plastic. Mubike obunga mutuma plastic. Mwambo kulanga. To send them a pictures that mune ni insala vuno mzame chipowe. What are you doing? That's not politics. That's not checks and balance. Go, make a documentary for a family, for example, that is eating only one meal a day. Go. You can follow them 24/7 and make a documentary, and you go on the air and film and report that so that the whole country can see. But nikwisa, fionsen pakanwa fie, pakanwa, no nensele, demeaning, defaming. That won't take you anywhere. For now, we can see that this government is working, and you guys, the opposition, have not provided proper checks and balance to this nation, to this country, to this government. They are not angels. They are not angels. They are human beings that are able also to make mistakes, but we are so patriotic that we are willing to help them to make the rightful decisions. And we need you, the opposition, on board. Natotera.
All right, that was quite a mouthful and very clear indeed. Mr. Mkelawai, let's go straight and take a view of the next story, and we're coming back thereafter.
Pens, notebooks, cameras, and microphones temporarily shelved as scribes converged to celebrate their day under the banner of World Press Freedom Day. During the event that took place at the Freedom Statue in Lusaka, Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana disclosed government's concern on the low salaries paid to journalists.
Let's look after each other, media owners. The kind of salaries we are giving our journalists are too small. They have to pay rentals, they have to use for transport, and most of the times, because these journalists are so dedicated, the stories they send, they use their own data, their own talk time, their own phones. Kawanga nako. Come on, so that they feel a bit better. Aye.
Mr. Kawana also highlighted government's pledges to the press.
The role of journalists becomes even more pivotal. They play a crucial role in disseminating accurate information, debunking misinformation, and driving public discourse on climate action and sustainability.
The United Nations acknowledged the role of journalists in mitigating climate change.
The world is going through an unprecedented environmental emergency which poses an existential threat to this and future generation. People need to know about this, and journalists and the media workers have a key role to play in informing and educating them.
A call also to protect journalists and media professionals, artists and scientists, who are all too often the victims of harassment, violence and censorship.
We should also reflect on the noble duty that journalists carry on their shoulder to highlight the current environmental challenges so as to promote public engagement and involvement.
The 2024 World Press Freedom Day was commemorated under the theme, A Press for the Planet, Journalism in the Face of the Environmental Crisis. Wilson Mulinda, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
There we have it. It appears the issue of, emoluments is a national outcry. Things are going up, but salaries are being maintained, and in some circumstances, they are even going down. Your reaction, Mr. Mkelawai?
Thank you. What I can say on this issue is that journalism has been, we have, as a country, we have not taken our journalists seriously, and especially our pioneers, those that are in the forefront, those with high pay, are the ones that are not doing a service to our journalists. They are the ones that set a very, very, very bad precedent by introducing lower income to journalists, and that's why today the current journalists are abused in terms of emoluments. They are not paid according to their work or their profession. Maybe, I think it's high time, maybe they should do uh, improve on the reporting also aspect, because today we see that everyone, every Jim and Jack can pick up a phone and go with a camera and say something or report something and call themselves journalists. To me, that's wrong. We should allow people that are with the proper credentials that are recognized, that can be paid according to their qualifications, not just every Jim and Jack can do it. You know, people, when I look at people like Costa Mwansa, for example, and those other young men from movie TV, and we can see that they have the passion. And I don't understand why such people with good credentials should be paid a lower pay. I think it's high time our journalists pull up their success and show us their professionalism in reporting. Because na journalists put problem reporting nayo. It's like that's why you have been stereotyped for a long time, like being called Muntorankani, that you are now just Muntorankani, but they don't know that under that Muntorankani there are ethics and rules that you need to follow. You cannot just Muntorankani anyhow. You need to investigate. And that's what we are lacking with our journalists. And we need to balance our stories. That is what we are lacking in our journalism in Zambia, because journalism in Zambia is always either one-sided, reporting on one side, one issue, and that's it. And they draw a conclusion. They have not even done an investigation. They are not even making follow-ups. Once a report has reached their desk and it has been reported on the air, that's it. Nobody would even love to go back and follow up what they reported onto their reportings. So it is those small hinges that are making their bosses to realize, to say, their bosses can simply go on the street and pick up some young man who is computer literate and phone literate and camera literate. People like Chela Tukuta, he can be picked to say, hey, Chela, can you come here? You are a cameraman. Yes. Can you also report? Yes, I can report. What you see? Yes, you're a journalist. He's paid good money. Leaving the real journalist with qualifications and, struggling. So you have to up your game as our journalist. Your reporting must be up to date. The reporting of our journalists in Zambia is a little bit, for now, it's quite low. I cannot lie. Our journalists in Zambia, they thrive on rumors, innuendos, not facts, not investigating cases. They thrive on the drama taking place in Zambia instead of being investigative journalism. And for that, many people don't give them respect. And at the same time, their employers don't even care. Whatever amount of money they are given, that's it. So I also would want to urge the employers of the journalists to say, Vane, it's high time we made our young men and women that are doing this noble job to inform the nation. Because without journalism, the world we won't know anything that is taking place in anywhere in the world. And also learn, as journalists, they should learn to specialize themselves in the reporting. Let there be journalists that are specialized in criminal matters, that's specialist in healthy related cases. Let there be, you specialize yourself so that you acquaint yourself and you know what you're talking about. And when you are asking questions, the questions are asked from a well-known, researched background, not, so what do you think? This, that. So it's quite disappointing Otherwise, you need to up your game as our journalist in Zambia. But otherwise, we are okay with the rumors that we get for now, but we want you to improve on that, and you'll be paid according to what you report and what you produce. Otherwise, you need a pay increment.
Thank you so much, and kudos to the journalists, for the job that they are doing, and indeed, like Mr. Mkelawai has indicated, and also Mr. Tabo Kawana, that they must be considered and must be given a pay rise. At this point in time, due to time, we cannot squeeze in another story because time is not our best ally. For now, we thank you so much for following the program. Mr. Mkelawai, thank you so much for your reactions on the program. And viewers and listeners out there, we greatly appreciate. Till next time, we are saying God bless you all.